Hey everyone, welcome back to another video on the second channel. So this is like an update video. Just a few things to talk about. The first thing is that there's a sponsored video which I declined. There's some Disgaea 6 stuff I gotta talk about. I also got a new iPhone, which I'm sure some of you don't care about. You know, if you're in the Android camp, I'm not really in either. But the point about, me talking about it is the camera. There's just some cool things to talk about with smartphone cameras in general and YouTube production. I'll also just talk about other stuff like, what games I've been playing and some of the videos that are coming up, as well as have, oh wow, that sentence didn't work. Videos that were just released and are coming up. There we go. Alright, so I declined a sponsored video. You probably, even if you haven't played any of the games, you have heard me talking about this franchise. I'm not going to say which one because, I don't know, I'm pretty sure there's some confidential information. But basically the series is an RPG, a Japanese RPG, which I'm quite fond of for various reasons. And there's a phone game that they're releasing. It's like, how in Japan they have all these various, free-to-play phone games. And I know that's not everybody's thing, but, there are fans who like, who would like to see the phone games come out in the West, and this is an instance where that was the case. We were talking about, like, two different kinds of ideas, like a 60 to 90 second ad or a full 10 to 15 minute video. So we talked about pricing and everything, and then in the end, I was pushing for the 60 to 90 second ad at the beginning of a video because I figured, hey, it's a series I talk about a lot. Maybe you want to know about this free-to-play game. Download it, see how you like it, that sort of thing. But they were pushing for the 10 to 15 minute video, and I'm like, okay, we talked about pricing and all that. But then I got the requirements in the form of a PDF or a, Word document or something. And it said that you're not supposed to say anything negative about the game or the company that publishes it or makes it or whatever. And I'm like, you know what? It's a video game. There's got to be some sort of criticism that I'm going to have, right? So I'm like, I don't really want to do this. And then they just didn't respond anymore. So, yeah. The amount of money was decent too, but I figured, I don't know. I just can't, selectively just not say non-positive things, right? I feel like I have to say everything or else, what's the point of the channel if it, just has some random videos there that are not telling the full truth, right? It is worth saying that this was a third-party marketing company, so it wasn't the company that actually developed the game, so I think it was their criteria there, so... Alright, Disgaea 6 time. Well, you might be surprised to hear I haven't played it. I have the demo installed on my Switch, but I haven't actually started it up ever. I was supposed to get a download code for the game and the limited edition, and, the release date was coming up. Of course, it's released now, but, back when it was still just before release, I'm like, okay, I was supposed to be contacted to, when that stuff is going to get shipped out or, me getting the code or whatever. So I emailed the person I was in contact with, and then I got an automated response that says, this person is not part of the company anymore. And it's like, oh, okay. So I contacted PR, just generally, and I'm like, hey, this is kind of what happened. Can we still do this limited edition and the download code for Disgaea 6? And they're like, okay, let's look into that. And then they didn't get back to me, so yeah, I guess I don't know, will I talk about Disgaea 6 ever? The problem is, if it's not new anymore, then it doesn't get any views. But the real problem for me is that the limited edition is now sold out, and my complete North American Disgaea collection is now incomplete. Yeah, that's just an unfortunate situation, so... oh yeah, and my the whole iPhone camera thing. I got myself an iPhone 12 maybe a few weeks ago, almost a month, let's say, thereabouts. And one of the reasons is just because of how good the camera is. So it does 4K at 60 FPS, and image stabilization is really good. And I did a test just to see if I could do one video just with my iPhone. And the answer is yes. I did the PS5 and Xbox Series X video just with the iPhone camera and nothing else. And it handles things like white balance really good. You don't have to really change any of the settings. As long as the lighting is decent, you get a good image, so it never switches to high ISO mode or whatever. And even though I never used it for any video yet, the built-in microphone and whatever sort of software they use to tune the audio or whatever, like it's all very usable. So I've always seen that a lot of my favorite YouTubers were using or are using iPhones, and a lot of the shots that are not done with the good camera were often done with an iPhone. And I've noticed, like, okay, the quality is pretty good. And a good thing as well is, let's say if I want to just have a quick shot of something and I'm like, oh, geez, I got to show this game here, this game case. I can just take it off the shelf, put it on my desk, and then just do a few panning shots, and then, transfer it to my computer and then put it into my editing software, and it looks professional. So I don't have to be like, oh, is my battery charged with my, DSLR or whatever. I can just do it with a device that I have on me almost all the time anyways. So it's quite unbelievable what you can do with smartphones nowadays. I'm sure a lot of you already know this, but yeah, I don't know. I'm just being amazed by technology, so there I am talking about it, I guess. Also, I can do almost all of my thumbnails with the camera that's built in. Sometimes I use footage and, I take screenshot of video footage and then use that as the thumbnail. If there's sometimes you have an unintentionally good thumbnail in there. But I can also use it, or the phone itself there, as a normal photo camera, of course. And it works really well too. My old Motorola One Vision was also pretty good, but the iPhone is just a little bit better. There's less noise in the image, and low light performance is a bit better. So it just helps quicken everything up because, you don't have to get out a DSLR. Sometimes I will, though, because, sometimes, let's say I want to be farther away and zoom in just to have like a certain focal length or whatever it's called again. I took photography, I should know this, but you know what I mean. There's a different field of view if you have a lens zoomed in and stuff, right? So, but anyways, the point is the iPhone does quite excellent there. And it's just, I don't know, with the way it's made and the way it's, not the way it's made, but how powerful it is and everything. And with how easily you can use iMovie on the phone as well, doing like really quick social media posts or whatever, is really easy. Like if you want to just do a quick video, I can just record a thing, chop it up in iMovie, and then publish it at whatever resolution and frame rate I want. So yeah, after many years, I always switch back from Android and iPhone and back again. So I'm sure 5 years from now I'm gonna be like, oh man, I just got a new Android Pixel or whatever, or Google Pixel. So yeah, anyways. Alright, I'm gonna also let you know just some games I've been playing. Nothing that'll really make it in the videos, I don't think, but some people might be interested. I've been playing a lot of, oh no, it's very mainstream, it's Call of Duty Cold War. I find it funny how many anime skins you can buy for your guns and stuff. I'm so weak to that. It's like, I see like an anime gun and I'm like, I gotta have that. It's like, how much money did I already, how much money did I spend on stupid stuff like that? But yeah, that's a good sort of relaxation game at the end of the day, I guess. I just bought Gran Turismo Sport. I don't know, compared to Gran Turismo 4, I think it's lacking in some of the content. I always feel like there's more cool cars from, different tuning shops and stuff. Like, didn't Gran Turismo 4 have like the Mines R34 on there, and, the HPA Mark IV Golf R32, all that sort of stuff, and I feel like Gran Turismo Sport doesn't have that. But what it does have is car culture things that people into JDM like. Like, for example, when you take, you do the photo shoot stuff, which you can do, of course, in all sorts of these Gran Turismo games, but there's like Daikoku Fudo parking area and stuff like that. So it's just there's some fun car culture stuff in that game. So yeah, it's like a decently casual controller racing experience, I guess, with the way I'm playing it there. I have all the driving aids turned off and stuff, and I think I have like AI at semi-pro or something like that. I can't quite remember, but anyways, that's fun. I also finished most of Wreckfest, and that was a very fun game indeed. It's the same studio that did what's that game called? Flat Out, and I did play that originally. So yeah, that's quite a fun game. I'm sure a lot of people know about it, but it was free several months ago, and I've just been playing it every now and then. Free on PlayStation Plus, I should say. So yeah, I've been playing that every now and then, and I think I've played as much as I want out of that. And also with the videos that have come out recently, you might have noticed that for a while I've been doing mostly anime game stuff, and then basically in July, which as of recording is still this month, I'm not sure if it'll come out maybe early August or whatever, but anyways, it's all been mainstream stuff. So I've been talking about Nintendo Switch. Today, I've actually, as of this recording, released that video about Steam Deck. And my opinion on that is that it's not really a Switch killer, but it's more like, I don't know, its demographic is, I'm thinking this is going to be the case anyways, that its demographic will be all these niches here and there, and that'll form the demographic of that console. So yeah, I've been quite happy to see that these videos have been quite popular, especially the one about the Switch games, the used Switch games being expensive. And the video that I'm going to work after recording this thing here is going to be about the Neptunia and Senran Kagura crossover, because that's been announced yesterday that it's going to be released here in the West on the PS4 and presumably PC eventually. That's usually how that works, right? Or maybe they already announced it, but I haven't looked at it too closely yet, hence why I said I'm going to work on that after this video. But yeah, that's basically what's been going on, what I've been up to, and a little bit about what's coming up as well. I hope you found that update interesting. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again in the next video.